Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and lock your doors. You have entered the world of the unknown. Welcome to the Dead Hour broadcast.
I had rented the A-frame cabin on Blackwood Ridge to finish the final draft of my novel. I needed silence. I needed isolation. The owner, a grizzled man named Elias, had handed me the keys with a look of pity. He gave me a single sheet of paper with the Wi-Fi password and the thermostat instructions. At the very bottom, handwritten in red ink, was a final rule. If you hear someone you know calling from the woods, lock the cellar door and put on headphones. Do not look outside. I laughed at it then. I thought it was a gimmick to spook the city folks. Now, staring at the reinforced steel of the front door, I wasn't laughing. The first 3 days were peaceful. The smell of pine and damp earth was intoxicating. But on the fourth night, the fog rolled in. Thick, unnatural fog that pressed against the floor-to-ceiling windows like white wool. It started at 2 a.m. I was typing away at my laptop when a sound cut through the rhythm of the rain. It was a knock, not on the front door, but on the glass of the sliding balcony door on the second floor. Tap, tap, tap. My heart hammered against my ribs. There was no balcony access from the outside. You would need a 20-foot ladder to reach that glass. I grabbed the heavy flashlight Elias had left and walked slowly toward the glass. I shone the beam into the fog. Nothing, just the swirling mist. "Hello?" I called out, feeling foolish. Then I heard it. "David? Baby, let me in. It's freezing out here." My blood turned to ice. The voice was unmistakable. It was Sarah, my wife. The cadence, the slight rasp in her throat, it was perfect. But Sarah was in Chicago. I had FaceTimed her 3 hours ago. She was safe in our apartment 2,000 miles away. "Sarah?" I whispered, my hand trembling on the latch. "Sarah, if that's you, tell me what we ate for our anniversary dinner last year." Silence. The rain drummed against the roof. Then a sound came from the other side of the glass that I will never forget. It wasn't a voice. It was a recording being rewound. A high-pitched digital scree, scree, scree sound, followed by a click. Then my own voice spoke back to me from the dark. "Sarah, if that's you, tell me what we ate for our anniversary dinner last year." It wasn't mocking me. It was learning. It was sampling me. I backed away, stumbling over a rug. I ran downstairs, checking every lock. The front door, the back door, the windows. I grabbed a kitchen knife, feeling ridiculous and terrified simultaneously. The power cut out. The cabin plunged into absolute darkness, save for the gray moonlight filtering through the fog. "David!" The voice came again, but this time it wasn't coming from outside. It was coming from the kitchen behind me. I spun around, pointing the flashlight. The beam cut through the dark living room. Standing there, by the fireplace, was a figure. It looked like me. It was wearing my clothes, the flannel shirt and jeans I had packed in my suitcase but hadn't worn yet, but the proportions were wrong. The arms were too long, hanging down past the knees. The jaw was unhinged, hanging loosely against the chest. The thing raised a hand that had too many fingers and pointed at the cellar. "Lock the cellar door." It mimicked Elias's voice perfectly. I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I ran into the bathroom, locking the door and curling up in the bathtub. I put my noise-canceling headphones on, blasting white noise at maximum volume, squeezing my eyes shut. I felt the bathroom door handle jiggle. I felt the heavy thud of something throwing itself against the wood. I felt the vibrations of a scream that sounded like every person I had ever loved screaming in unison. I stayed there until the sun came up. When I finally emerged, the cabin was empty. The front door was wide open. The cellar door was closed. I didn't pack. I grabbed my keys, ran to my car, and drove until I hit the state line. I'm back in Chicago now. Sarah is safe. But sometimes, late at night when the rain hits our apartment window, she asks me why I'm looking at her so strangely. I can't tell her the truth. I can't tell her that when I left that cabin, as I was running to my car, I saw a face watching me from the attic window. It was my face, and it was smiling.
The story ends here, but the fear remains. If you want to survive the night, hit that subscribe button. And remember, don't look under your bed tonight.